Night Ledger Studios presents
Every mountain has its echoes. Some answer back. Raven Peak rises alone above the forests of northern Montana. Snow covers its summit for most of the year, and its weather station has operated continuously since 1948. At least, officially. What brought me there wasn't a missing person or an old newspaper clipping. It was a radio recording.
Conducted by
Every year, on the night of December 18th, emergency frequencies receive the exact same transmission, always at precisely 2:13 a.m. The voice identifies itself as Station Raven Peak. The problem is, the station stopped transmitting in 1971. According to government records, an avalanche destroyed the facility, killing its entire crew. No survivors. Case closed. Or so everyone believed. I reached the abandoned access road shortly before sunset. Fresh snow covered every tire mark, except one. A single set of footprints climbed toward the mountain. None came back down. The weather station appeared frozen in time, its antennas still pointed toward the darkening sky. Inside, coffee cups rested beside weather charts dated December 18th, 1971. Every clock had stopped at exactly 2:13. The control room was powered. Impossible. Indicator lights blinked quietly. Radio equipment hummed with electricity. No generators, no power lines, only silence. Then the speaker crackled. Weather station Raven Peak, requesting immediate assistance. Static. They're already inside. The transmission ended. I checked the recording log. It had been received only seconds earlier. Outside, the wind suddenly stopped. Complete silence. Even the snowfall seemed frozen in the air. Then I noticed movement beyond the observation windows. Figures. Standing among the snow-covered trees, perfectly still, watching the station. Through my binoculars, I counted 6. When I lowered them, there were 7. One had moved closer, without leaving footprints. Inside the archives, I found the final maintenance report. The staff had written about strange radio signals arriving from frequencies that didn't exist. Voices calling each crew member by name.
Tom Harper.
Weather forecasts describing storms that wouldn't occur for another 50 years. Coordinates pointing to locations absent from every map. One engineer had scribbled a single sentence across the margin. Do not answer the broadcasts. His handwriting deteriorated with every word. The basement housed the emergency transmitter. The steel door stood open. The equipment was still operating. Its analog dials moved on their own. Every few seconds, the transmitter keyed itself, sending something, not receiving, broadcasting. I traced the outgoing frequency. It wasn't directed toward any nearby receiver. It was aimed straight into the sky. Then every radio in the building activated simultaneously. Dozens of voices spoke together. Different men, different women, different years, all repeating the same warning. Don't let them hear you. The lights went out. Only the green glow of the radio tubes remained. Someone walked across the room. Slow, measured footsteps, but no one appeared. A chair slid backward. A notebook fell open. Fresh ink slowly formed across the page before my eyes. They arrived when we answered. Another sentence appeared. Now they're waiting for someone else. A loud knock echoed from the main entrance. 3 slow knocks. Then silence. Another 3. I opened the observation shutter. No one stood outside, only fresh snow. Until I looked farther down the slope. The 7 figures now stood halfway up the mountain, watching. One raised an arm, not waving, pointing, toward the station behind me. I turned. Every empty chair inside the control room was occupied. 7 people, still wearing 1971 weather station uniforms. Snow covered their shoulders. Ice clung to their hair. None looked alive. None looked dead. The station chief slowly reached for the microphone. His frozen lips moved. No sound emerged. Instead, my own portable radio came alive. Please don't answer. We already did. The entire building began to vibrate. The transmitter overloaded. Every gauge swung into the red. I fled into the storm moments before the station collapsed beneath an avalanche that hadn't existed minutes earlier. Rescue teams arrived at sunrise. They found no trace of the weather station, only untouched snow. No debris, no foundations, nothing. The official coordinates now point to an empty mountainside. Government archives insist Raven Peak Weather Station never existed. Yet every December 18th, at exactly 2:13 a.m., emergency operators across 3 states still receive the same transmission. Weak, broken, always ending with the same final sentence. They're listening now. The recording sits locked inside my archive, beside the impossible photograph from Route 66, the lighthouse file from Blackwater, the Ashwood Hill nameplate, and the station clock, forever frozen at 11:47 p.m. Some broadcasts were never meant to be received, but once you hear them, they never truly end. Case file closed.